Hashtag Life by Design Blueprint. This is NICOA done. Look at those sun rays. I hope you'll take some big, deep breaths this morning. The emotion and feeling I'm having this morning is a sense of calm. What would calm do today? Big, deep breaths. And I hope you have your coffee. I have some melting whipped cream in mine today. And we're right here by the fire. It's going to be a fireside chat. Coffee with NICOA by the Solo Stove, which is the coolest thing ever because you can put it right on the deck and it's smokeless after it gets really hot, and you don't have to be down at the dry stacked brick fire pit. So you can sit in an Adirondack and enjoy your coffee. See how cool it is? Anyway, and there's our beautiful view today. How is everyone? Send me some messages. I'd love to hear how you're doing on this beautiful Sunday. We have warm weather. It's like 50. I mean, unbelievable. I do have my sweater on because it's a little chilly here in the shade. I want to talk today, though, about reacting, and your role when others react. The best piece of advice, not the best, but one of the best pieces of advice that my mother ever gave me was when she said to me, when I must have been whining or complaining about someone in my life or something that had happened, and she said to me, you have to allow them to react. You must allow people their reaction. It's theirs. It's not yours. This is a really important takeaway of a life by design, because a life by design is not only where you live and how you live and what you do for a living and what you wear and what you eat and the type of people you want to surround yourself with. A life by design is learning how to own your own stuff, right? You know what I want to say. Owning it, choosing response, being conscious, allowing other people to live their lives so that you can live your life by design on your own terms. Once you let go of other people's opinions and other people's thoughts and other people's reactions, then you get to sit in a space of confidence and conscious knowing that what you're doing is for you and your values and what matters most to you. And when someone else reacts to that, yes, that's about them. Everybody needs to get their pens out because, when someone else reacts to you and your way of being, even if they react completely opposite of your intention. Now, this will be key going into the holiday season because you're going to have a lot of visitors. You'll be hanging out with family members who tend to trigger you. And when someone else reacts to you, something you say, a way you behave, how you set the table, the way you're cooking that dish, why you spent money on something recently, that's about them and the messages and interpretations and assumptions that they have about the world. So it's really important. Coffee sip. This is so important. We need coffee. To just allow the reaction. Well, easier said than done, right? When you say something and your intention is general or loving or whatever, and someone else reacts to it, and they make your behavior mean something, what do we tend to do? We get defensive. So, for example, a client shared the other day that they sent out some emails for their business, and then a response came. They'd sent a couple of emails, and the response came back from the person they were trying to do a sales engagement with, and they said, yeah, we're not interested. Stop pestering us. And it triggered my client. And I remember thinking, and the dialogue, it was just a brief off-the-cuff dialogue, but it was pretty profound because my client said, well, what do I say? Am I supposed to respond to her? What am I supposed to say? I can't believe she said that was pestering her. And I said, that's not about you. That's about her. Who knows what was happening in her day that day? Who knows what her opinion is about email solicitation, right? And I said, well, if it wasn't about you, she's not attacking you, then what is in the best interest of the company right now to respond? Or what is in the best interest, what do you want? What are the values you want to apply here? Now, here's a really critical thing. At the end of the day, my recommendation, and probably that of my client's company, would be ignore it. If she's not in support, I'm getting blinded. If she's not in support of the interaction, don't give it any more energy. So Can you ignore someone's reaction in your world? Let's say it's personal. Say a family member says, well, when you didn't ask me to sit next to you at the table, I thought you weren't interested in talking to me this holiday. Well, I didn't, whatever. Can you allow them to react, or are you going to get defensive? Well, that's not what I meant, right? Oh, I didn't do that on purpose. What would calm do? Can you create the space between you and another person's reaction? That is a sacred space. It can be created with a deep breath. Depending on who the person is and your values and what matters most to you, maybe it can be diffused with a slight touch. Maybe it's someone you love. Wow, I'm sorry you reacted that way. That was not my intention at all. Instead of, I didn't mean to do that. How come you always say that? Right? Just notice, can you create a space between you and that other person's reaction? Let them react. And remember to ask yourself this question. When someone else reacts to me, what am I making it mean? I own that. And if what I'm making it mean is causing me suffering and anxiety or defensiveness, maybe I could make it mean something else. You own this. It's your holiday. And by the way, go check out NICOA.com. We've got a new 12 days of self-care and self-love between now and that big celebratory day of the 25th. So go check it out. And please share if you find this beneficial and you think that someone else would benefit as well. Be calm and let them react. #Life by Design Blueprint. I'll talk to you guys later.